You are listening to the Lawyer Stories podcast with host Benny Gold. Lawyer Stories was founded in July 2017 and is an expanding global network of lawyers and law students sharing their personal journeys to the noble profession of the practice of law. Join us on this podcast as we dig deeper into these stories and hear from lawyers and law students from around the world in all areas of the legal profession. Here at Lawyer Stories, we believe that every lawyer has a story. What's yours?
Welcome to the Lawyer Stories podcast with Benny Gold. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming in Mengyue Wang, a body transformation expert for career-driven professionals, teaching female attorneys how to become fit and healthy while thriving in their careers. How are you?
Good. How are you, Benny? So nice to be here today.
Likewise. Thanks for coming on. And I do want to point out that you're located in Phoenix, but you're helping people all over the place. So
correct.
You don't have to be just in Phoenix to get your assistance. So it's really cool to have you on. I'm not sure that we've had a physical fitness professional who is solely focused on attorneys come on the show. So I definitely think there's a lot to be had on this show, and you have a lot of good information. So we're happy to share that today. So first, give us some background, Mengyue, about like where you're from and born and raised, that sort of thing.
Yes, absolutely. So actually, I was born and grew up in China and in Beijing. And after I finished my undergraduate, I moved to the United States to go to University of Pennsylvania. And my path actually was in engineering. So I was at UPenn for 2 years, get my master, and then I moved to Phoenix to be in the corporate engineering and management for about over 8 years to 9 years almost. And yeah.
So no, that's amazing. So Penn, obviously, a very, very good school. So approximately 3 years ago, you decided to, leave that corporate world. So you have had a taste in corporate, correct?
Yes.
So like first of all, what was your experience like working in a corporate job? You're obviously very bright, doing engineering. That's not really an easy topic.
Yeah, I would say I was quite successful in the corporate world, and I enjoyed it because engineering path is a very challenging path. It's very intellectually involved process. And then I landed myself positioned of like some management job to open the management path because I thought that will be the path I will go for, climb the corporate ladder, going to hopefully like a senior leadership or the C-levels one day. Yeah.
Right. So what was the moment that you said, I don't want to really do this anymore. I want to go into and make fitness my career path?
Yes, that's a great question. So I would say like actually that even traces back to when I was younger. When I was growing up, I never had confidence in myself. I was bullied for my appearance, and weight loss actually, I have been overweight forever. So even though I was
Say that again, you've been what forever?
Overweight.
Oh, okay.
Like overweight and physically unhealthy and unattractive for the majority of my life before I was before 25 years old. Yeah. So that personal passion I had was very strong because, being very driven person, I think I do believe like people are born very type A or high achieving or motivated. So that actually translated into my fitness and the nutrition effort in the past, that I would starve myself. I will work out until I tore my meniscus.
Right. And I read that you were crying in the bathroom. I mean, you were just trying to get like fit, or like you were just very upset about.
Right. Like I cried sitting on the toilet for work. Right. Because I wanted to be very successful, but also for my appearance as well, because I was like, I couldn't figure this out. So I think to a point, and I have suffered so many years myself, and I hope I could find some coach and a trainer who not only understand the knowledge of nutrition and fitness, but actually understand who I am as a person. I felt like they're telling me the great knowledge, but it sounds alien, to be honest. Like,
Right.
I don't understand. I cannot see how I can possibly apply that into my life while I wanted to be thriving in my career and in my relationship, in my personal life. So then I decided, you know what? I couldn't find anyone. I guess no Ivy League graduate is going to become a personal trainer and a nutrition coach.
Wow.
So I decided I become her and then
So
create a
you
company.
couldn't find like the person you were looking for, like in terms of maybe like a mentor or somebody to, not really a mentor, but somebody to help you on that fitness journey. You had a difficult time looking for like that specific person that you wanted.
Yes, I absolutely. I have been hiring dozens, spend thousands, if not tens of thousands, or if not more than that, dollars for years, hiring people for myself. Not saying coaches are not helpful, but I do believe like coaches are amazing and everybody needs one. It's just that it's the language barrier, but it's not the language barrier between Chinese and English because come on, like I understand quantum physics.
Right.
So, but it's the language barrier between health and fitness in the standard industry and health and fitness for high achievers in their demanding life and career. That's I always say that there is a Grand Canyon gap between career-driven high achievers and a standard fitness trainer and a nutrition coach. Both parties are extremely kind and great people, but it's not communicating. So I want to be the helicopter that can carry high achievers that are career-driven to fly over that gap. So they can actually utilize and take care of their fitness and health because a lot of time it felt impossible to do when you are that career driven and loaded in your
That's
life.
interesting. And let's just like repeat here and sort of, I want to emphasize that you went through this journey yourself. Like you're not just sort of
Absolutely.
like this person that, grew up like always fit, always like, running, always like you struggled. You went through your own, you probably had your own demons. You went through your own fitness journey. And now you're being that person to help other people, namely high performing female attorneys, reach their fitness goals.
Yes, absolutely. Like I shared earlier, I was bullied for my appearance when I was growing up. And I literally had people write me letters and
Yep.
tell me how ugly I was. And they were
They would write you letters.
Correct. And how afraid the people to sit next to me. And just for the fact, like I transformed myself through fitness and nutrition. And that's why I feel extremely passionate about it.
Right. I always think that helps when you've gone through the situation yourself, and now you're helping other people who are in that same situation. So, why attorneys? Why are you focusing on the legal profession here?
Yeah, that's a very great question. I didn't expect that when I started my journey, because as we know, my background was in engineering and corporate management. So I actually started my business really serving like engineers and a corporate executive who I still serve.
Yep.
This is totally by one situation. Like my first attorney happened to be one of my close friends. And then when I started to help her prepare for her wedding, I was like, wow, you are such an amazing client to work with. And that's when I started to realize there is just a genuine natural connection between me and women attorneys. The women who will work their ass off. Pardon my words,
No,
but
I love it.
they will work their ass off to achieve their goals. And they care so much about themselves and also for others, like tremendously for others. So I think fundamentally, I find out I am basically the same woman as the woman attorneys.
Okay.
And I just felt the passion towards them. And then it started to grow from that one attorney friend. And now we have over 40 plus, we have helped over 40 plus female attorneys now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you do feel a connection with female attorneys.
Correct.
Okay.
Totally. And I think I fundamentally really respect women attorneys because as a high achieving woman myself, I know how hard it is. You feel exhausted, you feel helpless, you feel hopeless, but you have no choice but put your nose down and grind until you figure it out because nobody is going to save you. And they didn't take a shortcut to become attorney. They worked extremely hard, sacrificed many, many things in order to achieve their career success. So that's part. And another part, also based on my previous experience, for high achievers, it's dangerous if they are misguided with the wrong instructions in fitness and nutrition. Okay, let me explain. Because this one actually is like fascinating for me, and I did the same mistake. Only high achievers will work that hard. Okay, I have talked with so many high achievers like law professors, C-level executives, C-suite. Yep. Those are the people who actually would damage their health, do absolutely crazy things that are harming themselves because they were convinced they have to starve themselves and work out to break all their knees, joints, like shoulders and lower back to achieve. And and this is only dangerous for high achievers because others won't work that hard. So I torn my meniscus because of the wrong guidance.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I know how harmful it can be if high achievers are guided wrong, but how powerful they can also be if they are guided right. So that's why I feel the passion to help.
What's your definition of a high achiever?
So I think it's understanding that you have to work really, really hard in order to achieve your goal. Like things doesn't come like without hard work. And then I would say also usually high achievers hold a tremendous high standard for themselves in all areas of life. It's not only their career, their financial success, their relationship, and their health and fitness as well. But sometimes like health and fitness is the first one to be sacrificed.
Wow. Yeah. So say somebody makes the decision, one day. Well, first of all, do you see people who have the pattern of like, oh, I'm just going to start a diet on Monday, they do whatever they want to their bodies like Friday night through Sunday, and then do you ever see a pattern of people who just want to start on Monday? Is that a thing?
Yes and no.
Okay, all right.
I think a lot of people who have been on this weight loss or health fitness journey have tried everything under the sun for years. Okay. And a part of them like still doing the yo-yo diet, yo-yo efforts, and of course have the yo-yo results. But some of them, which is sad because they have been trying for so many years without much success. So they actually kind of give up.
Okay. Yeah. So what if somebody wakes up and they say, okay, I want to start being healthier, transform my body health, my energy. What's the first thing that they should do?
I think they should change their mindset first.
Okay.
I think the moment people stop looking for a fast fix and a shortcut is when they actually started the journey of the fastest sustainable health path. So the mindset is extremely important in the health and the wellness department. But this is particularly difficult for high achievers and women attorneys because high achievers and women attorneys are perfectionists and then very type A. So that comes with the all or nothing mentality. The perfectionist mindset help them, and it's important. That's why it makes them to be great attorneys, but it's really damaging for long-term health and weight loss results.
Gotcha. So, what are the big struggles that the high achieving attorneys and women like face? Like, how come there are a lot of struggles with their health, fitness, nutrition?
Yes, I think it's the nature of that profession. because after working with so many attorneys, we work with a wide range of attorneys, like from public defenders to like small firms, big laws, and to corporation, to like law firm partners, chief legal officers. I would say after working with all these different attorney women, this path is a hard path. It starts to be difficult from law school. And then it gets worse when you're passing the bar exam. And then when you become an attorney, then it's just harder. So I think it's the nature of the occupation. And there is no resource or nobody help and guide the group and raise the awareness.
I think it'd be cool if you got sort of like a contract with a big law firm to come in and teach classes and help people out, like a few days a week. That's something we can look at.
That's a great idea. I would love to do that.
Yeah, totally. So many attorneys think taking care of their health will hurt their billables and their career. Why do you think it actually works the other way?
Yes, that's a great question. I would say every single attorney client came in had thought the same way. They always thought, you know what, I guess I'm at the verge of my health. I have to take care of myself, and I'm going to sacrifice my work temporarily and then get back. And every single person who applied what we teach told us they either get a promotion. I just had a partner. She actually was building her six packs while being promoted to equity partner. And I have like many, many attorneys and other executives have promotions when they are after they are taking care of themselves. The reason I think is because everything starts with you. If someone is feeling miserable at their like very low energy level, low confidence in their own skin, have a headache or migraine starting 2 to 4 p.m. every single day, which is every single attorney I talk with.
That's it.
How well do you think you can perform at your work?
Right.
How well do you think you can make your executive decisions with that physical pain you have?
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, no, totally. So I think it does help in the long term. I mean, when you get to that 2 or 4 o'clock, I mean, that is difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
Benny, sorry, I want to interrupt a little bit. I want to correct like one thing. It's actually not helping long term. When people are doing right things, their headache should go away, or they should start to feel tremendous amount of improvement even within the first week. And I think a lot of people feel it is a delayed reward. That's why they think it's not worth doing. But when you are doing the right thing, it's really fast.
Okay. So give us some like practical examples. Like you get a client and like how does this work? Like I mean, is this like is your program like an eat less, work out more? Is it like monitor your calories? Is it like just give us some insight into how it works?
Gotcha. That's a great question. I would say what we do is very customized to each individual.
Good.
Because that's what is the sustainability come from. Let's say if I love chicken breast and you are vegetarian, how could I give you that, right? And it's absolutely unnecessary. So when people come in, first we actually look at them. What do they like to eat? How does their body move right now? And what is appropriate for their fitness and nutrition? We actually even consider like how their cooking skills. Can they cook? If they cannot cook, what can we do? So I would say that is like a very customized program, but the customization make things easier to do, but what drives the result is our structure and the system, because there's no one magic recipe or one magical exercise that's going to transform. It takes the entire structure and the system to drive that result.
So it's customizable to the person who comes to you. Do they have access to you? Like if they're feeling like a weak moment, or if they need to contact you and they're like, hey, like I'm going out for dinner for like a celebration. It's just like a pizza party and there's going to be cake. Like, what do I do? That sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that's our strength. And I can tell you that very few people in the industry doing it. And we are probably the best because the life experience.
Yeah.
And we offer our clients to reach out to us through messages anytime they want.
Okay.
And we have attorneys send us messages about they're going to like a French restaurant with their fiance. They're going to Italy next month. What can they do? They have a trial coming up. They're going to their hours is going to be crazy. What can they do? So we hold their hands to navigate in each life scenario with them. That's how they learn the real skills and carry that for the rest of their life.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's definitely important to learn how to have those skills and to um, learn how to do those things. So, do you offer like monthly packages? Is it like a year so you can see results? Like, how do you go about it?
We only offer packages like obviously programmed by a time length because sessions are lovely, but it's useless in creating sustainable results because I
Okay.
have bought and spent thousands and tens of $1,000s buying sessions. Sessions are nice, but it's not creating the result. Only program and structure create the results. And how long is the program will be depending on that person's goal. Because everybody's starting point and how far they wanted to go is different. We have clients who have been working with us from 2020 and still here. And we have clients who
Great.
work with us for 3 months and then they reach their goal. So it depends on that individual, their situation.
Okay, that's awesome. How does like exercise play a role in everything?
Exercise is critical for attorneys' mental health.
Hmm.
I think all attorneys should exercise to protect their mental health. There are too much anxiety and depression, I have heard.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, is that part of your program,
Mm-hmm.
or is your program is it a mixture of the of healthy eating and exercise?
Yes, I would say it's a very holistic way of doing things because
Okay.
in order to lose weight and sustain the result, it actually comes in from your um, sleep and the stress management, your hydration, your nutrition, your body movement, your posture, your fitness, and then on top of that is a supplement.
Okay.
So I would say, and I just stated by the importance order actually, because a lot of people think yes, weight loss is everybody knows, eat less and then move more, but the $1 million question is how.
Yeah.
Right. So, and actually, the most important things for people to lose weight, even before eat less and move more, is sleep and stress management and
Okay.
hydration. Yes.
Really? Okay. So those are the most
Mhm.
important things.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then back to your question, Benny, how we do our fitness is such an important piece. And it's very interesting. Every single attorney I have talked with either own Peloton
Hmm.
and or involved in cycling bar and or indoor cycling, outdoor cycling, which it is great exercise, but it's
Okay.
not very effective in transforming the physique because the midsection area. The
Right.
midsection area is not only because of overeating, but the high stress when people are in the high stressful profession, our cortisol level is going to be so much higher,
Right.
and that actually accumulates more fat in the midsection area.
Yeah.
So when people come to us for body transformation, we actually look at their body first to see
Really.
if they have any posture and muscle misalignment issue,
Okay.
because this one actually people don't discuss about it for high achievers and for women attorneys and male attorneys as well. The sedentary lifestyle is a big part of your life
Right.
and that impacts your posture. However, the stress level you go through that translate into your physical movement pattern and then cause your muscle balance and the posture issue that people are not even aware of.
Wow. I know it's
Then
crazy. I mean, because you go year after year, and it's like you never notice, and then it's like another 5 years have passed, and you're sitting like this at the desk the whole time, and then you're gonna run into an issue there, right?
correct. And then for people who are extremely motivated when they decide to work out, they jump out of their bed and doing like really crazy things in the
Yep.
gym because they're like, okay, I'm motivated, I'm high achieving, like very driven. Next thing they injure themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So give us some advice for somebody who's just like ready to get started. What would you say to them?
I would say try to find someone to help you.
Yeah.
This is not because I'm doing this. And of course, I want people to use our help. But even you don't want to use our help, I suggest everyone to find help because you just cannot be expert of everything for
Right.
anyone. You cannot be the expert of attorney and the chef and the fitness coach and nutrition coach and a therapist. I think every high achieving person need an army to support them because your time and energy can be used effectively everywhere else. And you
Right.
would, it's much better if you can spend the time with your loved ones, with your wife and husband, with your kids. And I would say another part to hire someone to help you so you don't need to make that mistake,
Right.
because I have no doubt for attorneys and doctors, C-suite executives to figure out everything on their own. Like, yes, people are very freaking smart and
Yeah.
also extremely hardworking, but why? And
Yeah.
why spend years? If you can get there now, why waste years? Because it's your own valuable time and nobody is getting younger.
Right. Okay. That's good. So do you think as we age, like your workouts and your regimen will be different than when you're 23 to like when you're 35 to when you're 44? Like, is it gonna change? Like, you can't really go back to doing what you're 23, right? You're doing when you're 23. Like, you might need some different customizable help when you're mid-career in your 40s, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think individually there are exceptions, but if we speak for the public, yes, you do need what is customized to you. And that's where the danger happens because when people are aging into their 30s and 40s and they go back to do what it worked in their 20s,
Right.
that's when they damage themselves, like on different extreme diets or extreme fitness plans, and the extreme diets will cause like metabolism issue and actually make weight loss much harder. And the extreme fitness plan is going to damage their joints. So absolutely, yes.
Okay. So can you just give us a couple quick examples of people you helped? Obviously, you don't have to say any names, but just sort of like maybe somebody who was in the midst of their career and they were struggling with a high performer, a high achieving person was struggling, and then they came to you and you set them right. Like, can you give us a little bit of an example?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I will share the example of the lady who actually was lost. She lost her mom's belly and then built her six packs while being promoted to be the equity partner. Because I think that's a career goal a lot of attorneys have, especially
Yep.
working in the firm. Yes, so she actually came in like been trying to figure out on her own for 4 or 5 years, but not getting very far. And she has been working out consistently, like biking, indoor biking, things like that, but not seeing results. That's when she first joined. And I would say it was definitely a humbling experience, even for me to watch how much she has grown since.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I would say within the first 6 weeks, she has been with me for over a year now, and she's on her third program. The first program for 5 to 6 months, she completely lost her mom's belly. Third program is when she changed the flat belly and the six packs is out, and then she's promoted to be the active partner. Now I put her on a master level program to do really advanced things to transform her physique even further.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on your success.
Well, thank you. Congratulations to her. Like she has been an
Yeah,
inspiration for everyone.
that's great. So, for an attorney who wants to work with you and your team, like, how do they get started?
I would say the best way is to find us on Instagram, and my handle is at my first name Mengyue __Wang _. Yeah. So, and then message us. Because the thing that because we do that personalized and customized program is actually started when at the beginning of the education, like communication. So we wanted to message our potential clients at the beginning to get to know who they are, or
Right.
they can actually message me personally if you want me to share my cell phone number.
That's great. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we'll definitely put your IG out there for everybody.
Mhm.
So did we miss anything? Is there anything else that you wanted to say today?
I think that covers a lot, but I would say probably to everyone, please, please, please take care of yourself because you are the most important person to you, and you are the only person can take care of yourself because nobody else can.
I love that advice. I couldn't agree with you more. So Mengyue Wang here with us today, helping high performing women attorneys with fitness and body transformation, reaching their goals. We will connect you, and we're happy to do so. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your wisdom
And
and
thank you.
success with us. And everybody else, thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world today. Enjoy yourselves.